You can join the conversation that will go on here on social media platforms of Facebook by liking our Facebook page on www.facebook.com/followlasg. In addition, you can also join us on Twitter at followlasg. Notables we have here with us. First, I'll start with the Ministry of Tourism and Intergovernmental Relations. First on my list here, let me introduce to you the Director of Tourism Promotion in the Ministry. Let me also introduce to you Mrs. Mosumola Johnson. She is the Director of Tourism. You are very much welcome, madam. Executive Secretary, Lagos State Film and Video Censors Board, Mr. J.A. Balogun. It is also my privilege to introduce to you the Special Assistant to His Excellency on Hotel, Leisure and... Let me also introduce to you the Administrative Head in the Ministry of Tourism and Intergovernmental Relations, a time-tested technocrat, Mrs. Olufunmilayo Balogun. Let me now go back to my parent ministry. I say my parent ministry.
We give God the glory that we are alive again and we are witnessing another round of the press break for the year 2015. For us in Lagos State, it is always work in progress because we continue to reinvent and re-engineer and ensure that all to the last day of any administration, we keep on working. And that is why, despite the electioneering campaign, the elections, we are still working. And Lagos will continue to work. Because that is the dividend that the citizenry require. And because it is a state of excellence, we will continue to run that race unto perfection. Today, the Ministry of Tourism and Intergovernmental Relations is giving accounts of stewardship in the last 365 days. The ministry, as the name connotes, is one of the areas that the Lagos State government is looking at to bring in the kind of resource that is being generated from the oil sector. In Jamaica, they do not have oil, but tourism is their mainstay. And that is the vision of Lagos State government, that the tourism will be developed to such a level that the income that will be generated therefrom will be able to sustain Lagos State, because it is a state of aquatic spending. We thank God that over the years, people who have passion, who are committed, who are focused, both the political heads and even the civil servants, are put together to continue to look into the activities of the ministry with a view to raising the bar of excellence of that performance and to be able to give the citizenry the required results and the revenue that will come to make life more meaningful to the generality of the people. Today we have the Honorable Commissioner Mr. Olajisu Olowe, who will give us account of the stewardship of the ministry. The name Olowe is symbolic with public service, because over the years, in my own over 35 years of service, I've come in contact with those names that they always render good service to Lagos State, and it's not different from many of the ones who have worked seriously for the upliftment of life of the generality of Lagosians. Today we have the Honorable Commissioner who will tell us the activities of the ministry, the performance of the officers, and the collective willingness and effectiveness of all the stakeholders, both the citizenry we serve, the public service, and the public service that is determined to continually take the people along with it and give the best to the system. I have the pleasure of inviting Mr. Olajisu Olowe the Honorable Commissioner for the Ministry of Tourism and Intergovernmental Relations to give account of his stewardship.
I don't know where this is Ogutola, the records that you may have looked at, but yes, you are right. I've had a lot of people. My mother used to work for the government, so they knew me. The Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Tourism and Intergovernmental Relations, Mrs. Fulaya. The PS, Information and Strategy, Mrs. Olurati Ogutola. Directors of MTS IGR, the SSA to the governor, men and women of the media. It is really indeed a pleasure to be here today to give you an account of what we've done over the past 365 days. But first, we would like to remind you what our mission is and what our vision also is, from which we have derived the various strategies that we pursue. Our mission statement is very simple and straightforward. It's to attain sustainable tourism development through an enabling environment that is acceptable to both domestic and international tourism. The vision is to make Lagos State the preferred destination for tourism, leisure, and business in Africa. Based on this, what we have sought to do in the last 4 years, it's really to put a foundation in place upon which Lagos, as the Permanent Secretary has said, will become a place where tourists will like to come to. As of today, it isn't easy for someone to decide to come over to Nigeria. And we need to diversify into industrial community. So from May 29th, we know there will be changes. Some of us will not be able to work on some of these changes, but we know that the people who will take over from us, they will do this because Nigeria, Lagos, must occupy a position within Africa, within the world, that we are not a monoproduct country. I'm delighted and honored to brief you once again on the activities of the Ministry of Tourism and Intergovernmental Relations. This gathering today is the fourth and final briefing during the second term of His Excellency Governor Babatunde Raji Fashola SAN, and is in line with the beliefs of His Excellency of the benefits of constructive engagement with all stakeholders involved in the project called Lagos. We have over these few years worked diligently to position tourism as a major economic driver in Lagos State, especially in the face of dwindling oil prices, when the possibility exists of the sector gaining prominence as an important revenue earner. As you will recall, His Excellency Mr. Babatunde Raji Fashola has used every opportunity in recent times to urge stakeholders to prepare for a future without oil. The future without oil is with us today. And the only reason why the price of oil remains at about 53 is because of shale oil. Because that is the set break-even price of shale oil. When that goes down, the price of oil will find a lower low. When it finds a lower low, then we will have no choice but to look elsewhere and to begin to develop our industries and tourism. In furtherance of this, and combined with this administration's desire to provide a better future for our youth, government has provided an enabling environment for the necessary growth of the sector and put in place diverse programs and projects to create new jobs and destinations in a bid to make the state attain the status of a preferred destination for tourism and business in Africa. In our drive to improve the sector, we have also engaged private organizations within and outside the country, as well as giving endorsement to private initiatives while regularly hosting festivals and related events. In this respect, the Ministry has undertaken the following: creation of a new tourist destination and rehabilitation of existing ones, tourism development and promotion, promotion of investment in hotels and tourism projects, tourism research and training, registration, classification and regulation of hospitality and tourism related establishments such as hotels, restaurants, fast food outlets, nightclubs and events centers. Organization and support of major festivals such as the Adamu Onishaple, Kayo Kayo, Collaboration and the Lagos Black Heritage Week. In particular, the Ministry in the last 365 days embarked on the following projects and programs on behalf of the Lagos State Government. We did the publication and we have distributed a book, in about 96-page book, which is called Lagos, the Visitor's Guide. Yes, I would please wish for some to begin to members of the press. This was done in realization of one of our mandates to strengthen the promotion of the state as a tourist preferred destination. The Ministry produced and commenced the distribution of a publication titled Lagos, the Visitor's Guide. This official guidebook provides information about the history, culture, and tourist attractions in Lagos State. The 96-page brochure, which was unveiled by His Excellency Mr. Babatunde Raji Fashola, SAN, who was represented by the Honorable Commissioner Education, Mrs. Olayinka Olagunjoye, at the gala event, which was held at the Echo Hotel, Victoria Island, on the 7th of November 2014. The publications has been distributed to various hospitality establishments in Lagos. We also had some partnerships, which again was in furtherance of the administration's determination to promote tourism in Lagos State, while at the same time encouraging private enterprise and the creation of new jobs. This ministry has been collaborating with some private sector initiatives across the state. Some of these include the Lekki Conservation Center. The Lekki Conservation Center is a nature reserve on the Lekki Peninsula in Eti-Osa local government area of the state and conserves the original flora and fauna found in that area. Government's decision to partner with the foundation arose out of the concerns over insufficient patronage of this idyllic spot, the need to upgrade the facilities, and a desire to create a family park suitable for relaxation and quiet entertainment of citizens. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm delighted to inform you that the family park is now fully open. All the rides there are open. It consists largely of two very large ones, large 9 game boards which you play on the floor, and a very, very challenging military-grade optical course, which we call the Jungle Gym. And of course, we also have the 401-meter long canopy walkway. This canopy walkway, up till middle of last year, will have been the longest in the world. But some other countries beat us to that. Theirs is about 501 meters. Ours is 401 meters, and it's 22.5 meters at its highest span. It is the longest in Africa, and it's something that we hope that you take your friends, families, and children to ride on this contraption. We also had, which we've done every year, to support Felabration. Felabration, as we all know, is what the family of the late Fela Anikulapo Kuti, who I continue to believe has been one of the top 3 musicians that ever existed in the world. And every year we support them. And last year they had a pretty good outing, and they were extremely notable persons that were there. The theme for last year was the amalgamation of the people of the Niger area. And it featured distinguished Nigerians that delivered papers during that time. It is located at 7 Solar Street in Ikeja. It's a location that we will wish for more people to attend, to go there. What it consists of is like 3 stories. The last floor is like a recreation area. It has about a 4-5 bedroom facility where you can stay overnight. And of course, the foyer you have the music of Fela playing all day. Just right outside, inside the gate, you have where the icon himself was laid to rest. We participated in a lot of festivals as well. Really, to us, festivals are opportunities to showcase and promote our rich cultural heritage, while at the same time realizing their importance as tools of economic and social empowerment, which can greatly contribute to the government's efforts aimed at poverty eradication. Last year, we gave institutional support and logistics and endorsements to the organizers of the African Magic Viewers' Choice Award, the organizers of the Kayi Festival in Ekwe, the organizers of the Nigerian Music Video Awards, the organizers of the Miss Badagry Beauty Pageant, which was held in November last year, the organizers of the Miss Heritage Nigeria Beauty Pageant, which was held at the Oriental Hotel in November last year, the organizers and the patron or the hostess of the late night show with Nike Oshinowo, and the organizers of the European Film Festival, which was in September 2014. We also supported a small carnival, which was held at the University of Lagos last year. In furtherance of our resolve to develop new destinations, while also highlighting the state's natural endowments and seafront, the ministry is delighted to inform you that work has commenced on the Lashe Beach Resort, which is located at the Lekki Peninsula. The aim of this resort really is to replace both Lome and Accra as a conferencing center in West Africa. The design of the structure, which is really simple, is to have a large conferencing area and to have 42 chalets. Yeah, they all are enclosed and they all have 6 bedrooms. So at the end of the day, you will have about 252 rooms that persons can stay in. The conference center is designed such that you will have the conference in a very, very relaxed atmosphere, which is just next to the Atlantic Ocean. It's removed from the hustle and bustle of the city of Lagos, and you could use the chalets as where you stay over. We envisage that will take place between Mondays and Fridays, and the young Lagosians will then take over from Saturday to Sunday. We believe this strategy will work because we know it works elsewhere. We have also reconstructed the old Apapa Park. I'm sure you'll recall last year that we mentioned that we were working on this. We were concessioning it then. It's been 13 months, and I'm delighted to say His Excellency, some of my colleagues, we were there last week, and we were really impressed with what we saw there. All the rides are in Nigeria at the moment. 12 of them have been installed. Most of the ones that are installed are for children now. There are 6 very challenging rides which we insisted upon that are strictly for adults. These rides, in fact, we understand that about 2 of them are the only ones in Africa. So we beat Egypt and South Africa in some respects. We know that once those rides are in place, those of us who have stamina, those of us who feel we can endure some challenges, we will go on these rides. It's a place where family, it's what we used to have before. The old amusement park was there. Somehow for 50 years, it was taken over by persons who transacted business in the night. And it wasn't a place that was used for what it was paid for. Ourselves and the various local governments that had title to that place, we've reclaimed it and it's back. And we believe within the next 3 months, the old Papa Amusement Park will be commissioned and it will be available for the use of the nations. As we all know, that is now a destination. It is a destination, but you must be able to get to a destination. If you are unable to get to a destination, then it isn't a destination. In tourism, we describe places of interest as destinations. I'm delighted again to say the main cause of the hardship in Apapa, which is the trailers that take over the road. I remember 2 years ago, His Excellency and a few of us, we visited the place, and when we got to the port, we were not allowed to enter because His Excellency wanted to go discuss with them as to ways whereby those trailers that were parked on the road could be parked elsewhere. But then they exercised their rights, we couldn't enter, we couldn't discuss. Again, one of the benefits of what happened in the last 2 weeks in Lagos, the center and Lagos will be operating on one sheet. We will be operating in the sense that for the betterment of not only Lagos State, but for the betterment of the country. All those hindrances, we will discuss them and we will remove them. So the concessionaire of the Apapa Amusement Park is delighted now that we will be able to work out something with the federal government whereby the transporters, largely the large containers, we will resolve something whereby the destination becomes a place where you can freely get to. If you cannot freely get to a destination, it isn't a destination, ladies and gentlemen. So that is one achievement that we are extremely happy with, and as I said, we expect it to be commissioned within the next 3 months. I was told by the concessionaire that we may in fact do it before May 29th, but whether May 29th or after May 29th, it's still the same ABC. We have, again, we call the Badagry project. We have 2 projects in Badagry. One of them is the shoreline. The other one is the development of the mainland facilities themselves. They are 2 separate projects. They started in the year 2007, 2008, and somehow they were delayed. But I'm pleased to tell you that as of this morning, our work has progressed very, very significantly on one of them. That is the shoreline protection. The protection itself has been completed. What remains to be done now is the second phase, which is to put up some structures on the shoreline, which will therefore attract people to it. The major attraction in Badagry really is the point of no return, which is on Berefu Island. For you to get to Berefu Island, you need to cross from Badagry mainland to Berefu. This is again empowerment, because persons will be in charge of boats, they will own those boats, and the boats will take you from one end of Badagry to the other. The construction, the design and the construction of the point of no return, that has started. It's about 30–40% completed by now. We do hope that by the end of this year, that construction will be completed. On Berefu Island itself, we also have like 5–6 chalets, so that persons who become very emotional and want somewhere to relax, they have chalets that they can stay overnight in at the point of no return. The shape of the point of no return that we designed, many of us have gone through airports, and it's exactly like the gangway you go through before you get onto the plane. That's what we designed as the point of no return. We believe it's a very good design, and a lot of people get very emotional when they go to this point, and we've so done it that it will recreate the hardship that the slaves went through before they got onto the ship and left the shores of Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, we also collaborated with many international organizations in the year 2014. Of course, that's in a drive to further explore and develop the state's tourism potential. The ministry partnered with the United Nations Industrial Development Organization, that is UNIDO, and the World Tourism Organization to execute the ecotourism coast project in Badagry. The overriding objective of the collaborative action for sustainable tourism, that is coast, is to support and enhance the conservation of globally sufficient coast and marine ecosystems and associated biodiversity in sub-Saharan Africa through the reduction of negative environmental impact which they receive as a result of coastal tourism. The project was executed through demonstration activities which include training and capacity building of the residents of the demonstration area. Some of these include training in best practices in boat operation, tour guiding, and waste management, as well as practical training program in curio and souvenir productions. In line with the government's resolve, the programs focused on enhancing employment creation, poverty alleviation, and capacity building of the stakeholders in the Badagry demonstration area. The principal objective of this is to ensure the local community benefit from tourism. Finally, the ministry in conjunction with UNIDO and UNWTO organized a workshop on the effective management of tourism assets, which drew facilitators from the state and from the Gambia last year. As it is customary, every year we have the Lagos Black Heritage Week. The Lagos Black Heritage Week, which we started 6 years ago, really is to create an avenue for Lagosians to relax over the Easter period. As we all know, we didn't have it this year at the Easter period, which will have been Easter Monday. That is the carnival itself. Will have been Easter Monday, the 6th of April. This was simply because the event calendar for the Black Heritage Week fell right in between the electoral calendar. Originally it didn't, but when some people needed 6 more weeks, we postponed the election for 6 more weeks, and we had to therefore move the festival. I'm indeed happy to tell you that it started off last Monday, and it started off with the opening ceremony at the Freedom Park, and Professor Wale Soyinka, some of us were there. And it's a beautiful week, and I really implore Lagosians to please go to the dramas. We have some dramas today, tomorrow, and Friday. Please go to the Freedom Park. The dramas are held twice a day. Admission is free. I went to all the ones held last year, and believe me, some of them will qualify to be on Broadway. The one today is a play by Professor Wale Soyinka himself. If you can go, admission is free. Please attend this event. The water regatta was held last Sunday. It was successful. That was the Oyinkan Abayemi. And the only other item that is still outstanding is the Lagos Carnival. It was originally scheduled for the 25th of April. However, my good friend, Ministry of Education, advised us that there was a common entrance on that day. And as we all know, we tend to lock down Lagos on the days of the carnival, particularly the carnival, simply for the safety of the participants. It's done worldwide that way, with lockdown Lagos. And His Excellency felt that, in conjunction with our ESCO, we felt that having to lock down the streets and children will be having exams on that same day, it may just not make them too composed for the exam before they get to the exam hall. So the carnival was postponed. The new date of the carnival will be announced very shortly, and we'll let everybody know. And we will please implore Lagosians to please come out, as you've come out in previous years, to come and witness the Lagos Carnival. The Lagos Carnival Queen, that was held last Saturday at the Glover Memorial Hall. What we did was we did the children's king and queen, and we did the adult beauty pageant. And it went very well. All the participating carnival groups nominated their representatives who competed for the event. And it was Ms. Damilola Edward who won this year's beauty pageant. It comes with a car, a brand new car, and it also comes with a 1.5 million naira. The second and the third places to, I think we got 750 and 1 million. Ladies and gentlemen, another thing that we have done in the past 1 year is we've said partnership with the private sector is unique and it's nice. It's very simple. We in government, we are trained as bureaucrats. We are trained to manage bureaucracy. We are not trained to manage businesses. So it's not a background. So what we sought to do was to therefore look for partnerships, such as we did in the Apapa amusement park, which is what we did with the NCF as well. We are doing the same thing with Akodo. Akodo, as you all know, was something that was established ages ago. And somehow, due to the development of new hotels within that axis, Akodo became less attractive to patrons. So we've gone into a partnership, and it's been executed. And Akodo itself is being concessioned, and we hope to have, we should have, a 4-star hotel in Akodo very soon. Obviously, we in this ministry were insisting that it's not just going to be a hotel. It has to be a destination. And for it to be a destination, it must have attractions to it. So the consignees have also agreed to add attractions to it, which will also make it a destination. Ladies and gentlemen, I will invite the two agencies that work with us in the Ministry of Tourism. Actually, what I had wanted to do was to have my directors themselves to present this paper while I just sit down. So they will take the leads themselves. But I've presented the papers, but the agencies will present their reports themselves. That is the hotel licensing and the Lagos State Film and Video Censors Board. I'll first call on the hotel licensing. Ms. Anita Gomez will give us a brief of what has happened in the last 1 year in the military area. Then Mr. Balogo will follow and present what is done in the Film and Video Censors Board. And then we'll be happy to take questions from the good selves. And I'll do my best to make sure that my department heads answer all the questions. I will answer each of the questions, except when they come to my way. Thank you very much.
To adopt the existing protocol. The Hotel Licensing Authority was established by the provisions of the Hotel Licensing Law as amended in 2003, which was promulgated for the registration, classification, and standardization of all hospitality and tourism establishments in Lagos State. Following the landmark Supreme Court ruling of Friday, the 19th of July 2013, which granted to individual states the right to pass legislation in respect of the licensing and holding of hotels, His Excellency Mr. Babatunde Rajapaksa SAN inaugurated 2 independent committees. The first to review the report of hotel assessors, and the second to serve as an appeal body for any hospitality establishment which requested for a review of the assigned classification. At about this time last year, the committees were reviewing the reports submitted by the hotel assessors. Today, I am happy to inform you that in our determination to increase competition within the hospitality industry and thus improve standards and operations, the ministry announced the results of the first phase of the hotel gradient classification exercise at the Echo Hotel and Suites on Friday, November the 7th, 2014. This innovative exercise, which was the first in Nigeria, is expected to assist consumers make informed choices about hotels and estates, and also improve standards of the industry through driving the demands of the market. Some results of the grading exercise include Echo Signature Hotel, Federal Palace Hotel as 5-star hotels, Hotel Ikeja and Lake Hotel as 4-star hotels, while Best Western Hotel Ikeja and Genesis Sojourner Hotel were graded as 3-star hotels. Other establishments were graded as 2-star and 1-star hotels. In addition to this, the Hotel Licensing Authority has continued with the integration and registration of hotels and hospitality outlets with the aim of creating a database for planning, research, and development of the sector. Presently, over 3,200 hospitality outlets have been enumerated, while over 400 have been duly registered and given a license to operate in the state. Following the successful containment of spread of the Ebola virus disease, the ministry held a stakeholders meeting with the leadership of the major international hotel brands operating in Lagos State, with a view to determine strategies for improving their patronage, which had dwindled considerably, particularly within the international community. Thereafter, to restore confidence to international travelers and businessmen that Ebola had indeed been fully contained in Nigeria, and to announce the fact that Lagos was open for business and ready to assume its traditional hospitable role, we organized the World Press Conference in conjunction with our ministry counterparts in the Ministry of Information and Strategy and the Ministry of Health at the Oriental Hotel Lekki on Wednesday, the 1st of November 2014. Additionally, we have continued to hold regular meetings with the various associations operating in the industry. These vital stakeholders include the Hotel Personal Services and Employers Association (HOPSI), the Hoteliers Association of Nigeria, and the Association of Fast Food and Confectioners (AFCON), and the Nigerian Association of Tour Operators Lagos Chapter, amongst others. Thank you very much for listening.
Myself the problem of the long salutation and go straight to the business of the day. My report is already encapsulated in the Honorable Commissioner's speech, so you don't need to worry, just go straight to the Commissioner's speech and follow me as I read. The Lagos State Film and Video Censors Board is a regulatory body established for the control of the film and video industry under the Lagos State laws in 2004. In order to facilitate the implementation of the provisions of this law, the board was empowered to cover the following areas. 1. Regulation and control of cinematograph works and exhibitions. 2. Censoring and categorizing cinematograph works. 3. Registration, licensing, and classifying cinematograph works, premises, producers, and bodies involved in the production, distribution, marketing, and exhibition of films and videos. 4. Prescription of safety regulation on premises for such exhibition or public centers where performances are viewed. 5. Levy charges, rates, fees for the performance of its functions under this law. 6. Controlling and regulating the production of films in order to prevent the production of undesirable or dangerous acts against public order and decency. So within the limits of these functions, the board carried out the following activities. Signing of memorandum of understanding with National Film and Video Censors Board. In view of the concurrent powers and jurisdiction over the regulation of film industry by the federal and state governments, A new memorandum of understanding between the Lagos State Film and Video Censors Board and its federal counterparts has just been approved by His Excellency the Governor. The collaboration became imperative in order to streamline our activities to ensure harmony of purpose in a bid to avoid duplicity of tactics, which will create apathy among stakeholders and cause revenue loss to both the state and federal organizations. With these new arrangements, it is envisaged that the two bodies will pursue a common cause and achieve a common goal with regard to enforcing standards in the film industry. It will be recalled that the board, at the expiration of the initial agreement in 2012, had decided to start censorship of films, but as a result of consultations with stakeholders, they changed the plan, and during the period, we were not able to carry out any censorship activities. Meeting with stakeholders. It is realized that one of the ways to engender harmonious relationship between the board and major stakeholders in the film industry is to engage in constant interactions. In this regard, the board had a series of meetings with various associations in the film industry in the state to create awareness about major policy decisions of the state government as they relate to the film industry in the state and their obligations, whilst at the same time leveraging on the opportunity provided by the meetings to gather necessary information on their expectations and brainstorm on the way forward for the industry. Some of these associations include Film and Video Producers Marketers Association of Nigeria, National Association of Nigerian Theatre Practitioners, Actors Guild of Nigeria, Yoruba Film Video Producers Marketers Association of Nigeria, Association of Nigerian Theatre Arts Practitioners, Association of Movie Producers of Nigeria, and Audio Video CD Sellers Association of Nigeria. Monitoring and enforcement activities. As part of its major functions, the board has been carrying out monitoring and enforcement activities across the state. It succeeded in doing this with the support and assistance from the relevant enforcement agencies like the Lagos State Task Force, CAI officers, Ministry of Justice, as well as professionals in the industry. The board also gathered intelligence reports for prosecution of arrested offenders. Whilst it is recognized that the piracy is placed on the exclusive legislative list, and the only agency empowered to combat it is the Nigerian Popular Commission, the board, within the limits of its powers, still assists practitioners indirectly in the process in the course of enforcing against illegal and uncensored films. To date, the board arrested 162 offenders. 98 of them were prosecuted and sentenced to varying terms of imprisonment from 1 month to 6 months, while some had options of fine. The board also distributed demand notices to defaulting cinemas in some part of the state, and the efforts yielded positive results. Film City. As a result of the state government policy to establish and develop a film city in the state, which is premised on the global growing popularity and unlimited potentials of the Nigerian movie industry, we are currently evaluating proposals with regard to the project. The project is conceived to meet growing demand for quality film production in Nigeria. It is envisaged to create employment, boost revenue, whilst